It's time once again to dive into the bargain bin, but this selection isn't from the Dollar Tree. I'm friends with someone who owns a video store and she has shelves of old DVDs that no one wants, so she sells them to me at a discount. So while I will still look at Dollar Tree for movies, most reviews going forward will come from this gold mine, starting with The Hero of Color City. I mean, look at that cover. How could I not pick it? Looking at it, I assumed this would be a weird Wizard of Oz story, but I was wrong. But let's just get to it. The movie starts with a kid drawing a picture. His mother makes him go to bed, and then his crayons all come to life, being rallied by Sheriff Woody, or Sheriff Brown. Brown ushers everyone into the crayon box, but Yellow is missing. She gets scared by a sock monkey, and that ends up being her entire personality. She is nervous and scared, and she learns to overcome this. We all know where this is going already, but that's alright because it's a toddler movie. I'm not expecting Shakespeare here. Honestly, when you turn off your brain and accept what you're watching is meant for small children, it's kind of endearing at times. They do a decent job of giving the crayons different personalities, my favorites being white and black.
We each get to be one color. I'm tired of feeling useless. This is our chance.
Always knew we'd end up on a perilous mission of doom.
We're in. Hey. We had to pack? No one told me. Did you pack anything?
Only my sunny disposition.
What is this place? Everything's so glum.
Yeah, it makes black look downright cheery.
The world of Color City is interesting enough. I guess this is just where the crayons live at night, and there's a spa they can go to replenish their blunted tips, though White isn't allowed in because he never gets used. Come to think of it, having the white crayon be the only one not allowed in feels like it might be an attempt to teach kids about racism, but maybe I'm looking too deep into it. Anyway, everyone gets in the crayon box and Yellow meets the unfinished drawings the kid was making, a flying thing called Nat and a mouthless king named King Scrawl. They want to be colored in, but Yellow can't do it herself and they act kind of threatening, wanting to know how to get to Color City. She escapes and they follow her in. She reenacts the bicycle opening from Hoodwinked, but shittier.
I'm special. I can be anything I want. With colors so bright, oh, it reminds me of spring. And ringing my bell just makes me want to sing. The air is so rosy, so sparkly and light. It's golden all day and deep purple at night. Here's a story I hope you'll like. It's the one about the girl riding on her bike. I know, it's a tired old tale, but it still rings true.
Then King Scrawl grabs her and they do the whole King Kong thing before him and Nat decide to just go to the source of color. There's a town meeting where a nutty Professor/Dr. Frink ripoff tells them that if the king blocks up the Colorfall, then everyone will lose their color and disappear. A team is formed to go stop them. Meanwhile, we see Scrawl and Nat swimming in the color water only to find that it runs off of them right after, so they decide to block up the waterfall to force the crayons to come to them and color them. This scene should probably come before the town meeting, but at this point I was wondering why the movie didn't just turn out like this. Hey, can you color us? Sure, it's literally what we're made for. But whatever, toddler movie, just keep moving forward. They prepare a journey and Yellow doesn't plan on going, but does by accident. They have another subpar musical number where Red does this.
Who says black we cannot fail? I'm tough and strong, red will prevail. Oops, I think I chipped a nail, so call the paramedics!
They hit some rapids and Yellow accidentally tells them to go the wrong way. The boat crashes and they have to continue on foot and cross a desert. In this desert, they are briefly scared off by phantoms and some fog, but they have White sneak back through to figure out what's really going on. The phantoms turn out to be unfinished drawings, including a dragon voiced by Owen Wilson of all people.
Yeah, Cal. I really felt the complexity of your backstory and the emotional shading of your delivery.
I would question why he's in this, but we all know the answer.
Drugs cost money.
They all make friends with each other, but it's never explained how they got there. King Scrawl and Nat had to go through the crayon box in town, so why are they here? This was supposed to be Crayon Land, right? But the premise morphs halfway through the movie to being Art Land instead, which I honestly find a bit less interesting. The crayon's color is fading and they need to get to the mountain fast. The drawings help them with a slingshot, but first they all color them in.
Something to do, a story brings me in. Away from the things that make me afraid, and then I can begin.
At the mountain, they decide to set a trap using yellow as the bait. Out of the blue, she's attacked by the trash can monster from the kid's room, further confusing the nature of this world, but she's rescued by King Skrull. She draws him a mouth and he and Nat apologize for their behavior. The next scene annoys the ever-living fuck out of me. Skrull falls into the trap and feels betrayed. Yellow defends him, making the others mad. They attack Skrull and Nat and she defends him again, giving a speech which makes them all change their mind about her and apologize. This is a plot device that would normally take a minimum of 10 minutes, and they do it in less than 4. I mean, there wasn't even a real scene change. It all happened so fast that it's obvious they just wanted to mush the plot together and get on with it, like pushing Play-Doh through one of those shape presses. You know the one, except instead of Play-Doh, it's rainbow-colored shit. Anyway, with everyone working together, they pull the dam down and restore color, saving the day. King Skrull and Nat get colored in properly, and Yellow gets a medal.
You truly are the hero of Color City.
Oh, that's why they call it that.
With the paper-thin plot finished, get it? Everyone goes back to the kids' room in time for morning. To be honest, I wanted to like this movie. Like I said, it's for toddlers. What could I possibly expect? Well, I'll tell you. I expect basic story structure and some semblance of original ideas. Have you ever gone back and watched the shows from your early childhood? 'Cause I have. And let me tell you, something being made for little kids is not an excuse to be crappy, as evidenced by the heart that went into some of those productions. We all enjoyed Blue's Clues, but some of my favorites were also Bear in the Big Blue House and Roly Poly Oly. Hell, one of the funniest things I've seen lately is Elmo having a feud with a fucking rock.
Little more Shooby and a little less Doobie.
Maybe Zoe and Elmo should switch places. If it's okay with Rocco.
None of these are high-concept shows, they're just made with a modicum of quality control. Well, actually, Sesame Street is made with a metric ton of care, like a surprising amount of thought is put into it, but there are other videos you can watch to learn about that. But this? It's just a Frankenstein creation. You've got Sheriff Woody from Toy Story, Red's opening song from Hoodwinked, the famous Empire State Building scene from King Kong, the Nutty Professor, and a ripoff from a show that did this whole concept much better, Chalk Zone. If you don't remember Chalk Zone, I don't blame you, but it's one of my favorite cartoons. The basic concept is that a kid named Rudy Tabooty finds some magic chalk and goes exploring Chalk Zone, where all chalk drawings go when they're erased. His arch-nemesis is a drawing of his named Skrull. King Skrull is an unfinished drawing who was unsatisfied with his appearance. Skrull is a drawing that was scribbled on by other kids and is unhappy with his appearance. Now sure, scrawl is a word for ragged drawing/writing, so it's understandable that multiple people could make a character of this nature with this name, but with how much the movie steals already, it's hard not to believe it's just a blatant ripoff. Especially given that two of the voices were also on Chalk Zone, Jess Harnell and Elizabeth Daily, who played Rudy's dad and Rudy himself respectively. You cannot tell me that at no point did either of them say, hey, you know the show Chalk Zone also had a villain like this with the same name? But all of this lazy copying could be forgiven if the movie was at least coherent and maintained its mildly self-aware charm all the way through, but it isn't and it doesn't. But wait, there's this scene at the end.
Oh, hey Ricky, I wonder if there's a way to share crayons with children who might not have any of their own.
Huh. What about recycling?
Really? Recycle crayons? How?
Kids, parents, and teachers can collect used but still good crayons. Then the Crayon Collection will help find them new homes with other boys and girls.
Sounds easy peasy.
Yup, just go to crayoncollection.org and click on the recycle button to start saving crayons for kids everywhere.
And more crayons mean more drawings. Like us.
Do you feel proud of yourself? This movie is promoting kindness and charity, and you are mocking it, you monsters. They're just trying to spread joy, and you have the nerve to poke holes in their passion project, which was filled with love and care. Hang your heads in shame.